Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. We are thrilled to have you all join us today as we delve into moving towards mental well-being, a guide for the digital generation. Thank you for making the time to be here with us. I'm Aina Marja Benzidin from School of Educational Studies, University of Science Malaysia. Will be leading this awaited crucial session today. So before we start with our session, I would like to express that I am delighted to announce that this webinar session is not the first organized by the Majlis Penghuni Desa Siswa Indah Kembara in collaboration with foreign universities. So for everyone's information, this session is also attended by various universities from both local and international. Thank you for joining us in our endeavor to enrich our knowledge and experiences together. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's work together to make this session meaningful and have a positive impact internally and even physically. So, I would like to inform that all of you that we will have two sessions for today's talk. So the first talk will be with two panelists talking about the correlation between technology and mental well-being, while the second session will be joined by a popular influencer talking about the dangers of misinformation and social media for students. So just a gentle reminder for all, if you have any inquiries regarding today's discussion, please feel free to ask in the chat box provided. We will be collecting questions at the end of every session. So members of the floor, in an increasingly digital world, mental well-being has become a rapidly growing issue, especially among the young generation who are so exposed to technology and social media. So before we go any further, why don't we get to know the two panel members who are willing to spend time with us today? So the first panel is Mr. Rusli Bujang, the Chief Empowerment Officer of Empower Counseling. So a little tidbit about Mr. Rusli Bujang is renowned as a behavioral transformation specialist, catalyst conversation expert, and workplace ecosystem builder. Mr. Rusli Bujang is also based in Bandar Seri Begawan. His influential contribution extend to esteemed organizations such as the MINDEF, MORA, Royal Brunei Police Force, UBD, IT, and Shena. So greetings, Mr. Rusli Bujang. We are truly delighted to have you as the first panelist in our webinar session today. The next
Thank
panel is, thank you so much, Mr. Rusli Bujang. The next panel is Ms. Bani Bacan Hachaintia Yudanagara, a lecturer from Universitas Erlangga, Indonesia. She is a lecturer at the Faculty of Psychology, Universitas Erlangga. She specializes in community development, social psychology, community mental health, and qualitative research. She even holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Universitas Indonesia and a master's degree in community and developmental psychology from Universitas Erlangga. Her research interests focus on positive youth development, community development programs, community mental health and well-being, and gender equality and women's empowerment. So greetings, Ms. Bani Bacan Hacantia Yudanagara. Welcome to our webinar session, Ms. Bani. I hope you are as excited as I am for tonight's session.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Today, we have the honor of hearing from two great panelists who will share insights, experiences, and advice on how the digital generation can maintain their mental well-being in this increasingly complex world. So to elaborate further on this topic, without wasting time, I would like to ask our first panelist, Mr. Rusli Bujang. So Mr. Rusli Bujang, could you share with us today to the rest of the floor about what role technology plays in influencing mental health and its potential? Please welcome.
Thank you. Just to clear, how much time do I have?
Sorry?
I'll be talking until roughly around what time? 9, is it?
Yeah.
Around 9, yeah? Also at 9.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Rusli Bujang, and I'm actually thrilled to be here with you. And earlier, I'm actually the Chief Empowerment Officer at Power Counseling, and I'm actually also the president for Brunei Darussalam Counseling Association, as well as a passionate advocate for mental health and well-being, especially in the context of especially in the context of the digital. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to share a bit about what we will be covering. My presentation is entitled Navigating Mental Wellness in the Digital Age, and inshallah, we'll explore how the technology impacts our mental health, both positively and negatively. We'll also discuss practical strategies to balance our technology use and highlight some innovative digital tools that can support our mental well-being. By the end of our session, inshallah, I hope you'll have a clear understanding of how to manage your mental health in this digital era and feel empowered to make the technology work for you, not against you. Here's a quick look at our agenda for tonight. First, I will start with an overview of the mental health in digital age. Then I'll dive into the dual role of technology, its benefits and challenges. Next, we'll discuss strategies for balancing technology use. We'll also explore the potential of technology to enhance mental health. And after that, I'll show some real life examples. If I still have the time, I will show some cases. Within and then of course, finally, I'll leave you with some takeaways and additional resources. All right, does that sounds good for everyone? All right. To kick up things off, let's talk about why mental health actually is so important, especially today. Mental health affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It actually influences how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and make decisions. With the pressures of modern life, maintaining good mental health is actually is more crucial than ever. In today's digital age, technology plays a massive role in our lives. We are constantly connected through our phones, laptops, and other devices. This connectivity brings a lot of benefits, but it also presents new challenges for our mental health. Now, let's tie this into a larger context. Have you heard of the Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs? There are a set of 17 global goals set by the United Nations to address pressing challenges we face worldwide. One of these goals, actually, SDG 3, focus on good mental health and well-being. It aims
So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Mr. Risling currently having some problem. So maybe we can wait for a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, we try to reconnect with Mr. Risli Bujang. So, ladies and gentlemen, we truly apologize for the inconvenience. So, let's wait for 5 more minutes. Let's see either Mr. Rusli Bujang can attend this meeting or not. If not, we're going to proceed with Ms. Bani Bachan. So, hello everyone, we're back again. Unfortunately, we cannot reach Mr. Rusli Bujang until now. So before that, maybe we can pass this session to Miss Bani Bachan. But before that, maybe I can talk a bit what has been mentioned by Mr. Rusli Bujan regarding the positive and negative impact of the technology role. And even his focus was how to manage the mental health in the digital era. He also mentioned about mental health is not only about what we think, but also what we feel and what we act. So later, we're gonna let's see what's more he has on his plate since we're currently waiting for him. So please welcome Ms. Bani Bachan Hachantia Yudanagara to proceed with your session. Please welcome to talk about how to further discuss on promoting positive mental health practices in the digital environment, self-care, and boundary setting with technology. Please be welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Aina, for your assist. So,
You're
good
welcome.
evening, all. Yeah, nice to meet you, and I'm very glad to meet you all virtually in this occasion. So, today I will talk about how to promote positive mental health in digital environment. And before that, I will share my presentation first. Yeah, could you share my presentation? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. So, we can be productive actually in this digital era, and we can also positively use our gadget. But before we start talking about this, I want you to reflect about next slide. Yeah, you can try to reflect on yourself. Have you ever experienced this when using your gadget? Yeah, maybe the first one, maybe when you open your Instagram, you feel insecure with yourself, with your achievement, and you feel you are not good enough, etc. Or maybe, yeah, you do doom scrolling. You aren't aware that your time passed by. You just scroll your phone, your social media for maybe 2 or 3 hours without doing anything, just scrolling on your phone. And after that, you feel disappointed because you just doing nothing. You just scroll your phone. And sometimes maybe you get poor sleep because of excess of your gadget. And maybe your focus is deteriorating right now. You can read a long passage maybe, or you can't read your favorite book anymore because you try to search distractor, or you try to search instant gratification from your phone. Yeah. And but don't worry, believe me that nowadays so many people experience this because we actually cannot separate our gadget with our daily life. But don't worry, relax. We will see how we tackle this issue. Okay, next slide. Yeah, I will start with this concept, social comparison. Social comparison is a concept in psychology actually, and we will see what is social comparison and why this is important for us to understand so we can promote positive mental health in this digital era. So if you see the definition of social comparison, you can see that uh, a researcher defined this as a behavior when we compare certain aspect of ourselves, for example, our behavior, our opinion, or our achievement, our success to other people, so that we have a better assessment of ourselves, or the opposite, we have negative assessment of ourselves. And unfortunately, yeah, research showed that people who engage in social comparison too often will be more susceptible to feeling jealous, guilty, and full of regret. And actually, this concept, social comparison, it is an automatic process. So we can't get rid of social comparison completely in our life on when we use our gadget. We can get rid social comparison because this is automatic process on our cognition. And for example, if you check your Instagram, you check your timeline, you will see the posting from your friends, and you will automatically do social comparison. So this is like a natural thing to do by human being. Okay, next slide. But the next question is, are we doomed because of that? And the answer is no, because we can minimize the negative effect of social comparison and social media. And I will talk several ways to minimize the negative effect of this social comparison in social media. Okay, we will start with the number one. We can next slide. Yeah, the first one and the most important thing is start with your mindset. When you ask yourself, yeah, when you when you think about yourself or when you access your gadget, self-knowledge is a must. So this is a very, very important thing. This is the basic thing actually. And I try to illustrate uh, why or yeah why self-knowledge is a must when you want to get rid the negative effect of social comparison. So the first one, when you ask yourself without self-knowledge or you don't are really sure about yourself, you become confused about yourself. For example, you will become confused and think, should I study like the tweet or posting that I read before? Or when you see a movie or maybe your friends and you think that why can't my boyfriend be like that, for example? Or am I a bad person because I don't fit the standard that I watch in the social media? And when you don't have self-knowledge, enough self-knowledge, we you will trap to the toxic social comparison, and it will lead to the insecurity or distress. But the opposite, when you know about yourself, you have the enough self-knowledge, you know what motivates you, when you function optimally, what is best for you. So even though your condition right now is not very ideal, yeah, you still have many negative side on your life, but it's okay. You can accept that because you know where to go and you know the direction of your life because you know yourself very well. So the social comparison that actually automatically uh, happen in our cognition, it will not become the toxic or it will not become the it will don't have a negative impact on our daily life. Okay, next slide. The second way is know your emotion. This is also very important. So, know your emotion, know your feeling when you are down on or maybe you have negative mood like sad, you feel so in a bad mood. Please don't open your social media for long or too long because opening social media will make you feel worse. So, prioritize your mental health rather than feel I fear of missing out or I will not get any update if I break from social media. But no, just prioritize your mental health. Because if we are in a negative mood, we tend to think more negatively about everything. So we are easier influenced by posts on our social media. So it's okay to take a break from social media and start reconnected when you are ready for that. Okay, next slide. Yeah, this one is also interesting. Yeah. So aware that social media is a stage. This is also mindset that we have to aware about. So when we are on social media, if you see other people on your social media is so great, they have wonderful life, maybe please keep in mind that other people don't show 100% of their life in their social media. Of course, they have ups and down in their life. They also have problems that may be bigger than us, but we don't know because they just don't show it on their social media, because they only show the best of their life on the social media. So the social media is a stage. So this mindset will protect us from the toxic social comparison and make us feel more secure, because we know that actually if we see other people's life on social media, maybe it's just their best condition in their life. So it's okay if they show it in the social media. It will not affect me as the person. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So this is a very, very nice mindset to have. Remember that we have our own track in our life. Yeah, it's not fair compare yourself with other, because all of us, we have different environment when we grow up. We have different opportunities, we have different families, or maybe we have different privilege. Yeah. And so how can we expect the same achievement from us and from another people, or maybe from our friends? So it's not fair compare yourself with other. Instead of comparing yourself with other, you have to focus on your self development. You can compare yourself with yourself. So, for example, how your progress from the past. Maybe now I have more skill and I feel gratitude for that, or maybe now I can speak up more about my feeling. So this is the progress that you have to point out, instead of you compare yourself with others. So please remember, keep in mind that we have our own track on our life. Okay, next. Yeah. So if we know about how to get rid the toxic social comparison, how to protect ourselves from the toxic social comparison. But in the end, in the digital era, sources of stress will always be there. This is something that we can't control. Yeah, the source of stress will always be there. And what we can control is our response. So I give the highlight on these words, or this phrase. So what we can control is our response. And this is very important to understand, and indeed you need to practice a lot for this, because this is not an easy action. But if you can control and rely on your response, you will able to manage your stress very well. Yeah. Okay, we will see uh, in the next slide. Yeah. So here I have circle of my control. So please take a look at the blue circle. You can see the blue circle. Outside the circle, these are some things out of my control. For example, the actions of others. You see about your friend's vacation on Instagram, for example. And we also can or cannot control the outcome of our effort. We can control past mistakes and the future, of course. And we also can control opinion of other, what other people think about us, etc. And then, yeah, we can see inside the blue circle. This is something that we can control. And we have to focus on this blue circle. Yeah. So please focus on the blue circle, my words, being present in this moment, how I speak to myself, how I see myself. This is something that we can control. My mindset, what I give my energy to, how I spend my free time, and even though I get failure, how I move on from that, and also the boundaries I set. So if we able to focus on the blue circle, which is circle of my control, we can spend our energy, our thinking wisely. Yeah, because although you pour your energy on things out of your control, you will you will not get the result that you want because you can't control that. So please don't waste your energy. And of course, this is need practice. This is not an easy way to do. But if you try to do this when you have a problem or maybe you have very stressful situation, you will able to manage your stress and you will able to manage your mindset. Okay, next slide. Nah, yeah, this is a practical tips actually for you guys. Here I have practical tips for relaxation. This is like a breathing exercise. So if you feel stressed out or you feel anxious, you can try this by yourself. So this is called butterfly hug. Maybe you ever heard this from movie, yeah, Korean drama movie, but it's actually very effective to do and very easy to do. So you can practice by yourself. The first one, you can cross your palms over your shoulders like the picture, like this picture. Yeah, you can cross your palms over your shoulders. You can close your eyes and stay focused. And after that, you can inhale and exhale slowly. So please inhale and exhale slowly. And in the same time, you can clap your palms like this, slowly like wings of butterfly. So while you claps your palms like this slowly, you can also inhale and exhale slowly. Yeah, you can also add some positive word affirmation for yourself while you doing this butterfly hack. For example, uh, thank you myself, you did a very good job, you can bear all of these problems and you did amazing. Yeah, you can thank for yourself, you can calm yourself with any positive word affirmation that you like. So you can do this by yourself until you feel calm. So when you feel overwhelmed, you feel that you can't think clearly, you can do this butterfly hack because this don't need equipment at all. But if you want to add some relaxing music, you can also do this. So this is like a practical tips for you to address your stress, or maybe if you have yeah, you have problem from your social media maybe, or from your phone, from your gadget, you can just try this butterfly hack. Okay, next. Yeah, so this is tips, also the practical tips for you. This is for healthier habits for gadget user. So after we talk about the social comparison before, after that we also have some problems like doom scrolling, yeah, poor sleep, or maybe you feel that your focus is decreasing a lot. So we can apply these four habits for our daily life. Yeah, so we can have better quality of life. The first one is clean your social media feeds. You can follow accounts that spread positivity, for example, because Instagram algorithm or maybe TikTok's algorithm or maybe X algorithms, it depends on us, depends on what post that we access or we see or we like. So if you feel that I think my timeline is full of negativity or this timeline make me insecure, for example, I can mute or I can unfollow or I can just click I don't want to see these things because we have this feature nowadays in the social media. So please be selective on your social media timelines. So when you try to access your social media, you will just get positivity from that, not negativity. Okay, and the second one is set boundaries and time limits. It's very practical thing to do, but it needs also practice because um, sometimes we not aware about our time when we using social media or when we using our gadget. We can set limits with the app. There is so many app that can be used in these things. For example, you can track your usage of your phone or set time limits with pop-up notification. You have to take a break, for example, from the phone after several minutes. You can set it up. Yeah, and nowadays we can find so many apps to help us to set our boundaries and time on our gadget. Or the second tips or the second things to set boundaries and time limits is just you can set a specific time in a day for using your smartphone and social media. If you feel that I addict too much, yeah, to my phone, you can just set a specific time. For example, I will use my gadget for leisure or for accessing social media on evening, just on evening for 2 or 3 hours. So other than that time, I will not access my social media and my phone, or I will not just doom scrolling. I will I will do another activity outside of the time that I set before. So it will help you to maintain your time and you will set the boundaries because you have commitment with yourself. And the third habits is stay active physically and socially. There is so many research that show active physically or do exercise will help you to maintain your mood and also maintain your brain. Yeah. So if you want to keep your brain works well and you want to maintain your mood well, you have to exercise. This is like a simple way actually to do. You can just walking around or maybe you can running or do exercise in gym, for example. So stay active physically is very important. And of course, you have to stay active socially. So don't just depends or rely on your relationship in your phone. So you have to maintain and keep your real relationship. Yeah, you can join community, for example, or you can reach out to your friends or your family, but please try to maintain it in the real life, not just in the social media. So you have to stay active both physically and socially. And this is also practical things to do, but may be difficult. Limit time on the phone before bed. Yeah, because if we use our phone too much before we go to sleep, the blue lights of the phone will affect our brain, and our brain will think that it's it is not time to sleep right now, so we can't sleep. And will affect our sleep quality, of course, and maybe it will affect our quality of life in general. So limit time on the phone before bed actually is this is a uh, yeah, difficult way to do, but you can try it. You can try to put your phone or your gadget away from your bed so you can't access it even though you want it. Yeah. So these four healthier habits, you can apply these habits, or you can exercise these habits, so you will able to get more positive condition or more positive mental health while you still able to use your gadget. Okay, next. Yeah, this is the last thing from my topic. So when should I seek help? Yeah, you can get help if you are feel upset and feel very sad, or you face a challenge that you feel overwhelmed and you cannot solve your problem alone. So you can seek help. Try to contact or try to connect with your with people who you trust, like family, friends, or maybe if you need, you can try to contact mental health professional. So I will explain several things or several characteristics that you have to aware, and you have to contact mental health professional if you feel this. So the first one, you feel losing control of yourself, and you know that this is wrong, but I can't change it. So you feel like you are very hopeless, yeah, and you can cheer up your mood by yourself. Or maybe you lost your interest. You lost your interest. For example, usually I love watching movie. I love watching on my Netflix, for example. But nowadays I don't have any interest, even though the series that I wait for come up on the online platform, but I don't have any interest to watch it. Yeah, it means you lost your interest. You can't get up from your bed, you can't sleep, and you're afraid to meet people in real life. And of course, if you start to hurt yourself and other people, so it's sign to you for you to contact mental health professional, especially if you experience all those things that I mentioned before for over 2 weeks. Yeah, this is a very high alarm for you that you must go to mental health professional. And remember, when you seek help, it doesn't mean you are a weak person. You actually, when you aware about, okay, right now I have to seek help from other, it means you are a strong person because you want to become a better person. So remember that seeking help, it's not a sign of a weak person, but instead of weak person, you are a very strong because you aware about your problem and you want to solve it and you want to become a better person. Okay, next. Yeah, thank you very much. That's all from my topic. And there is no health without mental health. And of course, in our digital era like this, we have to maintain our mental health. But of course, it's also connect with our physical health. So please stay healthy physically and mentally. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much to my Miss Bani Bachan Hachainta Yudanagara. So there is a lot of information that I have gained just now, but I think the one that really caught my attention is when you mentioned that the common experience when using gadgets, the common problem can be the doom scrolling, insecure with achievement, and even with myself and the poor sleep. At first thought, I think this only faced by me myself, but surprisingly, it's also often faced by many youngsters out there. So yeah, it's truly surprising actually because I keep comparing myself to, and it's not something
Mhm.
new. And I'm not so surprised when you mentioned that, but I really try to relate it with myself. So to all of the audience out there, do you all also face the same problem? If you all face the same problem, you guys can just like comment it, and we can let's see together how many other people actually face the same thing. Or maybe we can share the tips for the butterfly hugs together because
Okay.
it's and overwhelming, like seriously. So thank you so much, Ms. Bani Bachan. Now we would like to proceed with Mr. Rusli Bujang. So Mr. Rusli Bujang, are you there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
So welcome back, Mr. Rusli Bujang. So maybe we can proceed with your points of view next regarding the role of technology plays in influencing mental health and its potential. So the last one you have mentioned about the sustainable development goals. So maybe you can proceed with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
The stage is yours.
All right, thank you. I'll try to make it short. Huh? And sorry about the interruption just now. All right, now that's I've set the stage. Let's dive into our first section, understanding the digital age. Which actually, this is actually crucial because the way we interact with technology significantly shapes our mental health. Right? So, what exactly is the digital age? Huh? I just highlight some of the characteristic of the digital age. So you are constantly connected, information overload, instant communication, and digital entertainment. Uh, those are these features actually makes our lives more convenient and connected, but at the same time, they can also contribute to stress and anxiety if not managed well. Now let's talk about the proliferation of digital devices. Just a decade or 2 decades ago, most people only had one or two devices, but now it's common to have multiple devices, a smartphone, laptop, tablet, or maybe even a TV or wearable device like a smartwatch. Right? And the internet has become a crucial part of this equation. It connects all these devices, allow us to access information, communicate, and entertain ourselves anytime, uh, anytime and anywhere. This interconnectedness is amazing, but it also means we are almost never offline. This constant connection can lead to digital fatigue and mental health issues if we don't balance it properly. Now let's talk about digital natives and digital immigrants. These terms have actually helps us understand how different generations, my generation and your generation, interact with technology. Those belong to the natives. The most of the which are that's most of you here, the current students, you were put in a world filled with digital technology. You've grown up using the internet, smartphones, and social media. For you, using technology is second to nature. Whereas the digital natives like myself, digital immigrants like myself, these are people who were born before the digital age and had to adapt to new technologies. Think of your parent or older teachers. They didn't grow up with the internet and smartphones. So using these technologies might not come as naturally to them because the digital natives are so comfortable with technology. They tend to use it more extensively and creatively. However, this also means they are more exposed to the potential negative impacts like cyberbullying, social media pressure, and digital addiction. Let's explore how these two groups interact with technology differently. Let's start with the digital natives. You probably use technology for almost everything, studying, socializing, entertainment, and even shopping. Social media is a big part of your life, and you are likely to be more influenced by online trends and digital content. Whereas digital immigrants, they might use technology more for work and basic communication. Uh, yeah, they tend to prefer face-to-face interactions and may be more cautious about sharing personal information online. And understanding these differences helps us see why younger generation might face unique mental health challenges related to technology. For example, digital natives might experience more anxiety from social media comparison or feel more pressure to stay connected, constantly connected. Now that we have a deep, better grasp of the digital age and how different generations interact with technology, let's move on to discuss the dual role of technology in mental health, its benefits and challenges. Of course, it's also the positive impacts on mental health and its potential drawback. It's like having a superhero with incredible powers, but also being mindful of the limitations. First up, let's focus on bright side, the positive impacts of technology on mental health. Yes, you heard that right. Technology can actually be good for our mental well-being. Technology gives us access to treasure trove of information and resources, including mental health support and need advice or coping strategies. Google is just a click away, but it's not just about to Google. There are also dedicated websites, forums, and online communities where you can find support and guidance. Imagine having a therapist in your pocket. Well, that's pretty much what online mental health resources offer, from articles and self help guides to videos and podcasts. There's a wealth of information available to help you understand and manage your mental health. Ever heard of teletherapy or online counseling? Yeah, it's like having a therapy session without leaving your home. With just a smartphone or computer, you can connect with a licensed therapist and get the support you need anytime, anywhere. It's convenient, affordable, and can be game changer for those who may not access to traditional therapy. Now let's talk about the social connectivity. Social media and communication platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and WhatsApp have revolutionized the way we connect with others. Whether it's staying in touch with friends and family, joining online communities, and finding like minded individuals, technology makes it easier than ever to feel connected and supported. Uh, Let me introduce you to some popular mental health apps like Headspace, if you have heard of that. Calm is another one. Talkspace and Mood Tools. Those are some of the apps. Maybe you can Google it. All those after this. These apps actually are designed to empower you to take control of your mental health and build resilience in the face of life challenges. So as you can see, technology isn't just about selfies and cat videos. It's also a powerful tool for supporting our mental well-being, from accessing information and resources to connecting with others and using mental health apps. Technology offers endless possibilities for enhancing our mental health. But remember, with great power, of course, comes with responsibility, great responsibility. So let's use technology wisely and mindfully. Now let's explore the other side of the coin, the potential challenges and pitfalls of technology on our mental health. Let's shine a light on the darker side of technology, the negative impacts it can have on our mental health. While technology offers many benefits, it actually also comes with own set of challenges, of course, but that we need to be aware of. Right? And have you ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information available online? Yeah, that sounds like you. And that's what we call information overload. And it can lead to stress and anxiety with constant notifications, emails, and social media updates bombarding us. It's easy to feel like we are drowning in a sea of information. All this information overload can take a toll on our mental health. It can leave us feeling anxious, overwhelmed, and unable to focus. Constantly checking our phones and refreshing our feeds can create a sense of urgency and pressure that's hard to escape. Now, let's talk about social media, the good, the bad, and the ugly. While it's great for staying connected with friends and sharing moments of our lives, it can also have a negative impact on our self esteem and body image. Social media often presents a curated version of reality, the highlight reel, if you will. We see carefully selected photos and posts that show people living their best lives. And it's easy to compare ourselves to these idealized images. This comparison culture can lead to feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and low self worth. Raise your hand if you have ever experienced FOMO, the fear of missing out. See, social media can amplify this feeling, making us feel like everyone else is having fun without us. But remember, social media is just a snapshot of someone's life, not the full picture, right? It's important to take breaks and remind ourselves that what we see online isn't always reality. Unfortunately, the online world isn't always a safe or friendly place. Cyberbullying and online harassment are also real issues that can have serious consequences for our mental health. The impact of cyberbullying can be devastating. Yeah? As you can see, that now technology isn't all rainbows and unicorns. It has its downsides too, from information overload and social media pressures to cyberbullying and online harassment. There are real challenges that we need to navigate carefully, but fear not. Uh, we'll discuss some strategies for balancing of that technology use and minimizing these negative impacts on our mental health. So let's dive in and explore how we can make technology works for us, not against us. All right. Balancing our technology use to ensure it enhance rather than detract from our well-being. It is all about finding harmony in our digital lives. First up, let's explore some digital well-being strategies. These are some simple yet powerful strategies to help us maintain a healthy relationship with technology. Ever heard of a digital detox? Yeah, it's like pressing the reset button on your tech habits. Take some time away from screens, no phones, no laptops, just you and the real world, right? Use this time to recharge, reconnect with nature, or pursue hobbies and activities you enjoy. Mindful technology use is all about being present and intentional with our habits, our tech habits. I mean, instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, and take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this serving me right now? We are practicing setting boundaries and prioritizing activities that nourish your well-being. Managing screen time is also crucial for maintaining a healthy balance. Set limits on how much time you spend on your devices each day. Use apps or built-in features to track your screen time and set reminders to take breaks. And remember, it's not about cutting the technology completely. It's about finding a balance that works for you, right? So now, I think I have another 5 minutes. So now let's shift gears and focus on building healthy online habits. These are some simple practices that can make a big difference in how we engage with technology. Start by curating your online space. Follow accounts that inspire and uplift you, and unfollow or or mute ones that make you feel bad about yourself. Remember, you are in control of your online experience, so choose wisely. Use technology as a tool for positive engagement instead of positive consuming content. Actively participate in online communities, discussions, and creative endeavors. Share your voice, your talents, and your passions with the world. You never know who you might inspire. Balancing out technology use isn't always easy, but it's worth the effort, right? By incorporating digital well-being strategies and building healthy online habits, we can harness the power of technology to enhance our lives and well-being, internet well-being, right? Uh, I still have a few minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. Now let's kick things off with a look at some innovative mental health solution that technology has to offer. These are some of the game changers in the world of mental health care. Now, imagine having a therapist who's available 24/7, never gets tired, and remember every details of your sessions. That's the promise of AI in therapy, artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence powered chatbots and virtual therapies are revolutionizing the way we access the mental health support. They provide personalized guidance, support, and interventions anytime, anywhere. Virtual reality isn't just for gaming, it's also a powerful tool for treating mental health. And also, yeah, online mental health communities also provide a safe space for sharing experience. There are some I know there's some mental health communities that can provide safe space for sharing your experience, seeking advice, and offering support. Whether you are dealing with your anxiety, depression, or any other mental health challenges, chances are there's an online community out there where you can find solidarity and encouragement. Last but not least, let's drop into the facility. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough for me to share. Let me just since I have a few minutes left, let me just give you some uh, just a few takeaway of the presentation I made so far. Uh, and all right, I think the moderator. I think that's as a conclusion, let me just wrap up my presentation. Uh, so this is actually way the as we come to the end of my presentation, I want to leave you with some final thoughts. How the technology actually is a powerful tool. It has the ability to uplift and empower us, but at the same time, it is also comes with risk and challenges. It's up to each of us to use technology mindfully and responsibly, taking care to prioritize our mental health well-being in the digital age. Now here's the way the real magic happens. Our call to action. I want to encourage each and every one of you to take proactive steps, and in managing your own mental health. Whether it's setting boundaries around screen time, reaching out for support when you need it, or practicing self-care strategies like mindfulness and exercises. There are countless ways you can nurture your well-being. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Right? I believe at USM, you have a wealth of resources available to support your mental health, from counseling services to peer support groups. But don't stop there. There are also plenty of online resources, apps, and communities waiting to lend a helping hand. So don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help when you need when you need it. And as we wrap up of our time together, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this important conversation. Your presence, your question maybe later on, and your engagement have made this session truly special. Remember, you have the power to shape your own mental health journey. So embrace it, nurture it, and never forget that you are worthy of your support and care. Together, we can create a future where mental health is a priority for all. All right, take care and until next time, inshallah. Thank you very much. That's it from me. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rusli Bujang, for your thoughts. So, Mr. Rusli Bujang just leave us to ponder a question from him, which is to think either this technology is too good or either it's too bad. So, I think, as my points of view, I think it can be both. It's a half glass full or maybe half glass empty. It depends on us, on how we take it and how we deal it and how we view it. So, thank you, panelists, for the wonderful insights that you have given to us all. I truly believe that the audience not only learned a thing or two from this webinar. So, ladies and gentlemen, just now our panel members have clearly defined and given their views on the topic stepping towards mental well-being today. And I think, of course, the audience is also clear with the explanation given. So, ladies and gentlemen, next we will continue with a Q&A session with our panel members. So there are some questions that we have collected and will be answered by the panel members. So let's take a look together. So the first question is how to create a better mental health state despite this era of digitalization. So a question from Adilin Rushda Izati. Thank you so much for the lovely question. Maybe I can straightly forward pass this question to our expert, Ms. Bani Bachan. Please welcome.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the question at Adilin. Yeah, this is a very nice question. So, based on my explanation before, I give several tips for you guys how to create better mental health and positive mental health state despite plenty of information that overflowing on our gadget. So I very agree with Mr. Rusli Pujang explanation before also. So we have to clean and be selective of our social media feeds or our timeline. So please follow accounts that spread positivity and also inspiring you, and try to mute or maybe unfollow or maybe block the posting or accounts that give you negativity. So you can create your own positive bubble on your gadget and on your social media. And of course, if we want better or positive mental health in this digital era, we have to know when to stop, when to stop to use our gadget, when we stop to scroll, and we have to set time limits and maybe boundaries with our gadget and our social media. So it needs commitment from ourselves actually. And of course, we still need to create a connection in our real life. So even though we have ex- splendid relationship in our social media or online relationship, but we still have to reach out other people in our daily life, on our real life, and don't forget to keep your physique healthy with exercise and so on. So just don't take a look on your phone or your gadget, but you have to go out and do some exercise, do some sport, so you can keep your physique and mental better and healthy. That's for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Ms. Bani Bachan. I think that's really answering Adeline Rushda Izati's question. So what I can conclude maybe is the main points from Ms. Bani Bachan is actually we have to learn how to stop and go out and do something else. Is that right, Ms. Bani Bachan?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much. So now let's take a look at the second question. Maybe we have from Alia Farisha. So the question is, how can setting boundaries and limits on digital devices and social media usage help protect mental health? So without further ado, maybe I can welcome our next expert, Mr. Rusli Buja. Please welcome.
All right. Thank you. Actually, setting boundaries is such a very important, much important than before. In fact, some of the families actually are just not prepared for this age. In fact, we need to have rules actually at home. We need to set. For example, there will be no screen on the table during the dinner on the dinner table. No screen, at wherever we are sleeping. So actually, in short, the putting the boundaries is one of the effective way of making sure that we actually not becoming overly using the well, too much engagement, because one of the terms actually, like, if you're familiar with the I'm trying to remember this. What happened is actually this generation we are. I'm trying to what was there's a term, there's a term of overuse. Just put up because I belongs to the X generation. Can most of you, I think you are either you are a Y millennial or Alpha generation. During my time, we only read newspapers. In the early in the morning. So if I bought the newspaper around 7 a.m., then I will just read for 1 hour. That's it. And just after that, I'll just wrap it up. And then if there's any more important topics to read, I will try to read it again in the afternoon. That's it. So I read one morning and then I read again in the afternoon. But your generation, if you tend to have all the bombarded with all the type of notification, it doesn't put you stop. This actually the unhealthy part, because you are the notification is somehow giving you unnecessary stress to you all day. So that is why this is one of the good examples for you to set the boundaries so that you know when to, so you can give your mind a break from the gadgets. So it's actually very important nowadays to set the boundaries so that you can maintain your mental health. In short, there's a very good research being done. They come up with what they call it the TLC, therapeutic lifestyle, because there's the happy. We have these happy chemicals in us. DOAC, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and DOAC, endorphins. See, which is actually we need to have, actually we can get this naturally. For example, serotonin, we can get it with the sunlight, just 30 minutes in the morning. And the oxytocin, see, compared to face-to-face interaction, compared to this virtual, although I can see you, but it still will not create the oxytocin. No, oxytocin only be created when we get if I salam with you, just say face to face. So we have to we know how to do boundaries when to do online interaction, when to have the real face-to-face interaction, because God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, designed us as from not just for social being but also spiritual being. So being social being, we need to interact. There's all the reason behind that. So again, we need to put the boundaries when to do with the gadget, when to do this, and then in fact at home we need to have there's a screen-free time, for the whole families. And like I mentioned just now in my presentation, there are times you need to have also the digital detox, so that we can stop from having that. For example, maybe one for 2 hours at least in a month, and to do digital detox for the family. Yeah, I think that's it. For the to answer. I hope it's answered the question.
So thank you so much to Mr. Rusli Bujang. We truly appreciate the answers just now. And talking about newspaper, I actually started to remember the evergreen smell of the newspaper actually when you mentioned that. But as a token of remembrance, maybe the core thing that you have mentioned is try to avoid the unnecessary things from the notifications if possible. Why don't we try to block it? And of course, we have to know how to set the boundaries. Either we have to go online or face to face, and even to feel the connection with the human beings too is very important too. So, um, based on what we have been discussed, as for the first panelist, our honored Mr. Risley talk about how the role and potential of technology in influencing the media. And for the second panel, Ms. Bani has talked about on how to promote a positive mental health practices such as self-care and setting boundaries using technology. So currently we're having 471 audience right now. So thank you so much for joining. But we almost come to an end for the first session only. So last but not least, maybe we can ask a word or two from our experts here. Maybe we can have one from Mr. Rusli Bujang first. If you have any words or two as an advice.
No, just I think that is the final word for me. Actually, I've been talking to I actually in Brunei I have my own talk show in our national TV. When I've been talking, this is one of the passion I would like to talk about the generation. But again, it's actually instead of we just need to be more aware of who we are and become a smart user for the internet because. Uh, uh, because just now I'm talking about because as a therapist, as a practitioner, professional counseling, I've been seeing a lot more and more the young generation with issues like anxiety, depressions, and then some of what the conclusion when you see to the psychiatrist, they will tell you that there's this actually the chemical imbalance with you, but as a counselor, actually it's not so much of the chemical. Yes, it is, but it's actually more into the it's actually that your body is telling you something about whatever you're experiencing right now. And my conclusion is actually going back to we need to put back to our therapeutic lifestyle. Your generation actually, according to the research, you are spending 67% of the time indoor instead of outdoor. But you need to be back to the therapeutic lifestyle. More outdoor, more having the to get the happy chemicals is down. The four happy chemicals. Please Google it. The short is the short of ADSO, endorphin, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. That's actually you need that. All right. Then plus and last one is actually one of there's another research being done which shows that actually one of Italy, the centurion, they're living longer than most other countries. The one of the main reason they getting all is actually interactions. So please do that. Allah designed us to be as a human to interact. So please maintain that and try to balance that doing online and face to face real life situation. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much to Mr. Rusli Bujang. I can truly feel the spirit here, even though we're not in the same country, but I truly can feel that. So maybe next, maybe I can welcome Ms. Bani Bachan Hachainta Yudanagara as a word or two, as an advice. Please welcome.
Yeah. So the last words from me, there is no health without mental health, and you are the can control your mind and your activity and your behavior. So even though we face so many challenges in this digital era, you have so many distractor, but in the end of the day, you and yourself that can choose the activity that you do, the content that you consume, and so on. So please focus on the thing that you can control instead of the things that you can't control. Yeah.
Thank you so much to Ms. Bani Bachan. I think I truly need that. And I think it's not only me, also all the audience today, because things getting stressful right now and intense for some of us as a student. So thank you so much to Mr. Rusli Bujang and also Ms. Bani Bachan for your time and your cooperation and also for having us today. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. So ladies and gentlemen, we will take a short break for 5 minutes before we move on to session 2 of the webinar. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second session this evening. I anticipate that today's second session will be even more engaging as our esteemed panelist is a renowned influencer in the country. So before we begin, let us all get to know our esteemed guest. Associate Professor Dr. Suwinchi is a multifaceted influencer with a diverse background in music, academia, and business. She has earned multiple advanced degrees, including a PhD in art at University of Polytechnic Valencia, Spain, and PhD in business at Open University Malaysia. And her career spans roles such as associate professor at MMU Malaysia, interpreter, artist, producer, and social entrepreneur. She has also achieved numerous awards for her contributions to education, music, and social enterprises. So she is recognized for her expertise in music production, digital branding, and creative media, alongside her extensive involvement in community and academic projects. So please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Swinchi.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, how are you all feeling? I heard I was backstage just now watching just now. The session was amazing, and I know it's almost 400 you on online now. So, yeah, thank you for inviting me and stuff. And it's a really good topic as well. Yeah, I also prepped some slides for you all, and a lot of insight to share as well. A lot of insights, not just being in the industry. I guess that back then, my first PhD, I took business, and I'm the first batch who write about social media strategy back then. So back then, I still remember back then, traditional media was a norm, but now social media have revolutionized the whole industry, the world, the younger generation. I think almost everyone is inside social media. But of course, with the immense people and immense population into this digital world, it comes with loads of consequences.
So thank you so much, Associate Professor Dr. Suwinchi, for your short insights regarding yourself. So basically, we're currently having 510 and more, up to 510 more students watching you currently. Because so we are all excited too, even the committee members here in the room as me. We're all excited for seeing you. So, without further ado, Associate Professor Dr. Suwinchi will be sharing insights on managing pressure related to the spread of false information and social media pressure among students. So, please welcome. The stage is yours.
Thank you. I already prepped some of the slides and statistics. So the technical team is going to share on behalf. So for information, of course, I guess that everyone, it's like I think everyone is on social media now, and as well as I'm going to look at the chat group now as well, because I know everyone is online and on YouTube and stuff. Like, I would like to ask, how many of you all felt, whatever you see online is true, or do you feel pressure nowadays when you see on social media? So yeah, I'll like people to respond on the chat group. And then since everyone is like, it's 10 o'clock now. Even it's 10 o'clock, I want to see everyone just hi. I like, wow, 510 people now. Hi, Wai Han. Okay. So hi everyone. Yes, I'm reading all the messages there. Hi. So today I'm not just going to share about like managing the pressure and stuff. I'm going to share you as well, all the fake influencer behind the scene, because I deal with a lot of campaign managers and I do campaign as well. So yeah, can I have my slides? Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all the latest statistic. So this is undoubtedly, as we can see that so many platform, right? Don't tell me you guys don't have all these platform. Hi everyone. Yes, pressure because Wai Han said pressure because not sure whether the information is true or not. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at the graph here. Tell me you don't have Facebook, you can go back home. If you don't have YouTube, you're not here. If you don't have WhatsApp, I can't communicate with my organizer today. Instagram, if you go and stalk my Instagram and stuff, TikTok, WeChat, you name it, you have it. Or this, okay, all this thing is going to change throughout the time. But social media is going to last for the next century, ladies and gentlemen. So the next, okay, can I have the next page as well? So according to this fake news statistic, so 3 in 1 in America believe in fake news, honestly. And 86% of global citizens meaning it's almost, almost everyone have been exposed to fake news. 44% of news consumer don't trust from traditional sources anymore. So a lot of times, this is not what I say. This is true. This is by statistics. I don't like to say just by opinion and stuff, right? Yeah, I ain't say that. Didn't expect the Facebook is the highest. Yes, everyone would think TikTok or whatever, right? Honestly, no, it's still Facebook and WhatsApp in Malaysia. So don't listen to hearsay and everything. Of course, don't just on one platform. Go and play every platform, because we have audiences throughout every platform. So a lot of times, just now, the previous speaker said, yes, detox. That is yes. What if we are student, right? We do assignment, we have to do research. What if we can't even detox, right? For me as well, I don't have the luxury of detoxing. So can I have the next page? So um, for information, this is also the latest new. This is the online fraud recording of 100,000 over and exceeding 4.1 billion ringgit, yeah, losses due to fake news, scam, due to various things, that because of whatever you see the fake news online, it's like they build the world around you, and so that you are being so easily to trap into all this scam. If you see, if you I just read a news, our national player as well went into a scam and stuff. This doesn't happen one night, right? It happened. Okay, a scammer. I just finished acting Queen of Scam. When I was discussing with my director, they even went and researched. Do you know what? You are being scammed, and all this online news, it's not just one day. You can't just detox one day. So it is planted by all this mafia behind. It is planted by all this black market behind, beyond your imagination. Sometimes all this fake news, it doesn't operate in one person. They have organization. If you read about the online war and everything, it's quite scary. So sometimes all this fake news, it's not just one day, ladies and gentlemen. So kids nowadays as well. So my strategy, instead of, I know that sometimes, after you detox, you come back also, you have to face it, right? So a lot of times I would have some kind of other strategy to kind of like kind of to identify which is fake. And also, can I have the next slide as well? So all these things, as we can see, the news are all fixed and everything, right? So for information, okay, can I have the previous slide? So not before even we go into all this measure pressure, right? No, the fake influencer lifestyle. Can I go? Yeah, the page before. Yeah, this one. Okay, so after the news, I would like to say also, beside the news, a lot of influencers are fake as well. So why are you guys feeling pressured, right? Sometimes you have to blame all these influencers as well. Even me as influencer, we have to take in charge of what are you sharing to your audience. As an influencer, each of us have the power and number, have the visibility, right? So I always argue, why do, if you imagine, why are people sharing something luxurious online and stuff, but they are actually not rich? They are being paid to do something, or they want to fit the lifestyle. So, and they push you into pressure because they portray something which is they can't achieve in the real world. So they put it in there, and they create the ecosystem to pollute your mind, especially the youngster. So a lot of times, good influencer, you have to choose. Like just now, like one of the speakers said, yes, I choose and delete or even block those which I don't even want to see, because all this algorithm, you don't give the second chance for them to pollute your mind. If you feel no, just go off. So a lot of times, choose the right account, choose the right influencer, question yourself. Okay, so next slide as well. So I'm going to go in deeper. So you talk about influencer, right? So do you know that a lot of influencers are involved in fraud? They are involved in all this money scam. They are being paid to advertise gambling and all those things, and the money is crazy behind. So be careful what they post online. And lots of time, look at the statistic, right? So many of them actually involved in fraud. because they never take care of their brand, and client have no idea behind the scene, and audience, they just look at the numbers, right, without questioning, without seeing them on stage and everything. So in the next slide as well, can I have the next slide? And the next slide as well, Malaysian influencer with a strained growth, because yeah, this one, look at this, because they can buy likes and comment. So ladies and gentlemen, they are the one who put you in the pressure. I see people, when they see people doing that, wow, their numbers and they're chasing it. Even clients, we told them, don't be fooled. Nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, we have application to do auditing. So sometimes, if you can see, the likes and comments doesn't tally with the account, and then a lot of times it's sad. It's sad. Sometimes as well, like when we analyze the demographic and stuff, some of them go and buy the likes to sustain the lifestyle. Believe it or not, it's like a lot of times, maximum, there is a maximum cap for followers online as well, because the whole world, how many billion only, or Malaysian population, how many million only, right? You can't grow too fast in time. So loads of time, please think, how come the person can be famous? How come suddenly so many views? How come like that? How come like that? Question. I manage my account for 15 years, only I get 500,000. Sometimes, yes, nowadays it's easier, but I question a lot of things for you, ladies and gentlemen. So they are very smart, but client and apps are getting smarter as well. And audience, or you all have to be having some critical thinking and really, really understand all these things behind the scene. So next slide. Yeah. So like someone said, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. And do you know the latest news? China already banned those influencers who share luxury lifestyle like online, and they are just vanished throughout time. So a lot of times they post something like that because they are paid by someone to scam you all into that. It's kind of a marketing skill. So a lot of times they are the one who portray. So believe it or not, whatever you look on set, I always say, right, even you all share only 20%. 80% keep it to yourself. If a true rich person, they won't share anything online because it's PNC. And for information, a lot of LHDN went over them because a lot of them show all this luxury, right? And they force us being pressured. Or sometimes, if you can see, believe it or not, I even saw some cases because they want to sell the wedding package. They keep posting wedding pictures and everything, and they push the youngster into thinking like, oh wow, I have to get married fast, I have to be rich fast, I have to be this. No, don't even compare and stuff, because all this is not sustainable. Like I can tell you that even client nowadays, they don't want mega influencer, it's too expensive, and a lot of no engagement. We want those authentic, niche, true views. I rather, like, sometimes I rather have authentic 500 here than fake 5 million, right? So clients are looking deeper, not just on the surface. So you all as well, it's the same. Okay, you look at the scammer, right? They are same rich as a tycoon, right? But we can't judge by the number. So I always question them, why to be pressure? When I see people are wearing branded, and so I say, I'm sorry, I don't wear branded. I don't want to get into the lifestyle which I can't afford. And I teach, and I have fan students. I don't like that lifestyle. I don't like to go in depth. I don't like to be pressured. And the thing is, like now in university and everything, there's nothing to be compared. Every one of us, even studying the same field, you're going to go into different market, right? And it's such a big world. So a lot of times, before even you see all those things, and question, we are trained to be critical, don't just accept. And of course, our side, we can't ban like China, but look at the news overseas. Look at what are they doing as well. They are faster than us in terms of all this digitalization and everything. So I always like to see what are they doing, because it's going to hit us one day. So a lot of time, please, a lot of scam happen in overseas already. Look at their example. It's like COVID. I still remember, back then they say, oh, it's not going to hit Malaysia, it's not going to hit us. Look, everything nowadays online or whatever, everything is gonna kena one day, right? So can I have the next page as well? So this is the actual world, ladies and gentlemen. This is the tabulation of like the chart. I did it out. Like I always tell my student, I know that that's not just online, that's offline world, right? So tally with what they do in the offline world. Same thing, right? When during COVID, we maybe a lot here are COVID babies as well, I bet, right? So you all, whatever you see that few years, it's whatever online. Yes, digitalization, everything, you must go into it. But what if you lack of offline skill? And what if whatever you see, it doesn't seem appropriate in the offline world? It's the same when you go to a store. Whatever you look at the menu and you buy, it doesn't represent, so it flop, right? So a lot of time, this is the method. Of course, you tally whatever in the offline and online. This is the basic rules first. You have to go and see, you still have to go and other six of other sources. Can I have the next page? Then you go deeper, of course. You triangulate. It's like investigation. It's so funny. Sometimes, I bet like there's so many, amazing students here. Wow, we have 600 audience now. Okay. I think this topic is very interesting, right? I share a lot of insight, right? So for information as well, because I work a lot of closely, and sometimes it's so stupid. They buy the fake views and they sell it to client. Believe it or not, some of them don't even go college to study. I don't know how can they sustain and charge so high price. You know why? They are buying all the bots. Sometimes me and my client or my friend, we auditing behind, we all laughed. I still remember after COVID, I was judging a few singing show because TikTok, autotune, they were very famous during COVID. Guess what? There's no autotune on stage if you go for live stage, right? So I remember I was a judge. So I thought, wow, I was like anticipating. I said, wow, a lot of TikTokers are here. So when they open their mouth, I can't hide my expression, but wow, it's autotune. And the second thing I saw was uh, I saw them, the portfolio online, when they come and audition on set for a film role, they can't even half the script. So they look so different from TikTok. So sometimes when I triangulate, meaning whatever you see, you have to interview them. And please go and be a detective, okay? And look at them from a 3 4 perspective. Ask around different resources. Ask the internal people. We in the industry, go and ask all these people. And then you go, not just don't just believe me, go and ask a few, and you're going to tabulate all these things. It is in a mess now. So sometimes all these things, don't feel pressure of going into their trap. So sometimes all these things, when you triangulate and stuff, it's like you are in like I bet everyone watched Squid Game, right? So I guess that everyone now, it's like in the reality show of like Squid Game as well. You have to survive. So a lot of times you have to do your homework. Sometimes like back in, some of them, they don't know anything, and they just think that they just accept whatever it is. Like my mom and dad generation, trust me, they trust whatever online. They even trust Facebook than what I say or what our resources. So sometimes online nowadays, especially the old people, they are the easiest to scam. Easiest, because they are the generation of accepting everything. So when you tell them a lot of things, they don't understand. Of course, the news from sources from a lot of parties, please go and see a few. Go and see all these things. It's just like building your brand. If you're really good, people are going to talk about you. It's going to take time. If the person suddenly appear, have no trace at all, suddenly you see few million, suddenly the account say that, hey, I have this thing for you and stuff, I receive all this thing every time. And the pressure as well, even they don't contact you, they plan you into this pressure as part of their game. So same thing, I as mentioned that some good ones you can take as motivation, but you can't imitate or you can't copy the next person, right? So yeah, I see a lot of laughing faces there already. Yeah. So online. So it's true that sometimes I honestly, when I know everything behind the scene and when I met them on set and all these things, and when I know that it's all this fake glamour and everything, and believe it or not, I even met fake doctors No joke. And they are selling courses online. I was telling them that, wow, they can create the persona there and pressure you to buy their courses. I was like, amazing. Please, legit person won't do like that. Please think, do survey, interview people, ask a few. Don't just assume, please. Same in the university. I might be wrong, but it's about getting the right balance. So please, look at the overall picture. Don't just trust one person talk and stuff. Same as me, when I go and do something and stuff, I don't just trust what I see, because everything, whatever you see, is polished, right? You're not going to share personal things online, right? So don't. Okay, so a lot of times triangulate, be like an investigator. Okay, so the next, can I have the next slide? So again, this thing is good for everyone, where have a personal brand direction, each of you all. Please have your own purpose, your own vision, yeah, your own mission and goals and stuff. I still remember when I did research, right? I was interviewing a lot of mega influencer and everything, right? Guess what? Malaysia, maximum, I can tell you, okay, let's say at maximum 10 million, okay? 10 million, 10 million of those high, okay. To strike this one, you can strike within 10 years, 20 years. Take your time. Take your time. If you strike within 1 or 2 years, trust me, you can't manage. And you will lose your purpose, lose your vision, lose your mission, and lose your goal. Same thing as money. Have that, let them chase you, not you all being pressured of that. I hate it when I see people lost themselves, because you can't turn back. Same in online as well. Online, you can't have negative views. You can't have negative views, right? Good or not, also it counted as one views, right? Believe it or not, sometimes of them they do bad things or prank you all in. So you all have to set your direction, purpose, and vision and mission and goal, so that whatever it is, remember, yeah, less is more. Okay, less is more, and quality over quantity. So same thing nowadays, client or anyone, I would rather have real audience, even lesser, better than bots. So a lot of times, if you can see and if people text you and everything, be careful. Okay, don't think that, that, ask around as well. So have a critical mindset. Why are they coming to you? Why? And the thing is, what is your purpose? Same when I built my channel. Okay, I don't want to do prank. I know that people ask me, hey doctor, you can do this and that. You know what? No, I don't want that. If I get that, I think that it's like a scam. So I have my brand purpose and stuff. Why I went and study and everything, because it is like managing like a TV station nowadays. It's not easy. I don't want to pollute the youngster mind with just stupid stuff. I want to make my followers smart, right? So back then, I told them, I really don't want to grow too fast. You know why? I can't manage too much. I need to focus. Sometimes you need to interact with audience, right? So same as you all. You feel pressured when you can't follow. When it's good to have a bit pressure to get better, but don't jump into over pressure. It's not good. It's the same thing as it's going to be over toxic. It's going to jeopardize your life. So a lot of times you can't compare. It also took me, honestly, I started Facebook everything on 2008. Until today, I manage everything by myself. So yeah, it took me, but it's authentic fans. And you see the shares and I don't even need to buy fans. It's all authentic. I manage nicely. I test a lot of things. So it's the same thing. If I give you R1,000,000 now, no, you should keep some of them, and then you slowly learn first, test on a small scale, slowly. If I give you 1 million fans now as well, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Because you know why? Client won't hire you. Your fans might unclick you and unlike you and stuff. So a lot of times, please have your own personal direction and purpose. Especially remember this thing. When I feel lost, honestly, I remember back at my purpose. What was my channel direction? What was my brand direction? I don't care how big the thing grow and stuff. I would remember where I was, and it won't get lost. Trust me. One day when you go in, everyone is lost, right? So have your purpose. It's the same. It's university now is not secondary school, right? It's not just by marks and whatever. It doesn't guarantee you everything, right? It doesn't mean that getting 4 flat is good. It's way more than that. It's your attitude, a lot of things. Also, like it's your own call and own timing. So please, 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 each of us have a different purpose. A university student should think much more constructively, creatively, and we are not here to compete. If we are here to compete, we are pushing ourselves to a pressure, right? So motivate is the word, I would say. And of course, I always believe, there's no even same, like, biological brother or whatever. There's nothing same in life. Everyone is so unique. That's why human beings are more unique than AI, right? So a lot of times, please have that direction. You won't get lost. And then next, can I have the next plan? Yeah, Ashira asked me, is it okay to disappear from all the platform for the sake of yes, for a short term. Trust me. You know why? Okay, you can take a break, but you can't quit, right? So always have two different accounts. One for your professional life, one for your personal. It's just like now, I have two phones, one for my personal life. Trust me or not, I do everything by myself. Can you imagine? A lot of people ask me a lot of questions, and I keep separate. So on my personal account, I would post something like more personal, or in a story, I post more personal. But on the surface, I really, sometimes because there's too many people watching you. So, yeah, I think Waihan said that Malaysian education compared to get more A, don't compete lah. I mean, it's good to get more A's as well, but if you get more A's, but your skills is bad, your interaction is bad, it's not good as well, right? So it's good to get all A's as well lah. But the thing is, like, if you can't, I think the effort counts more than the actual result, because it's the longevity. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, in the real line, we want to see, is it sustainable? I saw my friend, there was a few, I don't know, I mentioned some artists, they went and buy. I saw they buy until like a few 100,000. Guess what? Everything collapsed because it's fake. Even YouTube and everything. So the brand direction, that's why I put here after the branding just now, your position, your mission, your value, ladies and gentlemen, because that will make you different from others, which is your unique selling point, right? So a lot of times, I know that, when you feel the competition and stuff, detox, take a break, and get to account. Be strategic, okay? So a lot of times we have no choices, because you know why? When you go into the workforce and stuff, trust me, everyone will be Googling you, everything, your portfolio and everything, but have one professionally, showcase your talent. Guess what? Like, a lot of my sales are from online, my talks, my everything. So you're going to do a lot of things online. So I saw people, some of them, I saw one of the professor who major in historical, who doesn't believe in social media. But believe it or not, I understand why he's not in, but you can know that he's quite outdated. So I don't want you guys, your generation, to be outdated, but I don't want you guys to be pushed into this pressure. So thick in between. That's why I say that have two accounts. Some I keep private. So you need to you need to segmentize in this complex world, right? So yeah, being true and honest is true. You know why? Authentic. You know why? Building a brand is 5 to 10 years. Being a legendary brand is 15 to 20 years. Same as our degree and master and doctorate. There's no such thing as getting a doctorate within 1 year. Same as degree, right? Nowadays, everyone, you know how hard it is, right? It took us until today. I'm still studying. I'm still not stop doing. So when I saw, like, I was like, can you do it sustainably? Like just now, like Wahan said, okay, full A's. Can you get full A's consecutively? Adding with all the pressure and adding with more skills, then you win in life. But again, please know your brand value. Know your brand value. Don't let the numbers control you. Use the brand direction to control back your life, to control back. Same, yeah? Trend are set by trendsetter. It's by us. Trend is you, audience, to give visibility to the trend, right? So sometimes don't respond to all the stupid news so that it won't appear. Sometimes, yes, they hook us up into that. So be smart. I walk away, but I select. So no choice. Now you have to learn social media and stuff, because in the future this is unavoidable. But segmentize, know your strategy now, know your direction now. know everything before you go into the work life. Trust me, when you go into work life, it's even more pressure. But have a very clear mindset now. Then you won't get lost. Trust me. But if you compare, you're going to get lost. Trust me. So a lot of times, be the best version of you yourself. Don't let people trap you into their trap. So good ones, reference. Bad one, block, delete, unfollow. Okay, don't give them any visibility because they are feeding themselves on all these things, and the more you feed them, the more you feel pressure because they are selling a fake things, right? So please ask. Sometimes also I ask my friend, yeah, you can question me if I'm wrong and stuff. Good people, good brand, you can withstand the pressure. You can withstand whatever they say. So be authentic to yourself. So when the pressure comes, there's nothing to be pressured. You are yourself. Why people are pressured? Because you're managing your brand not equivalent to yourself. You're giving a fake brand promise because it's something you can't even sustain. So know yourself. I don't like people to be, to pretend to be someone and all those things because you are going to suffer in life. All right. So can I have the next slide as well? So build an ecosystem. This is the ecosystem. Yes, there's a law and ethics and stuff, but you know, before even that, look at the media, have your own literacy, critical skills thinking, research effective, and yeah, use of AI, go and see and all these things. Use all these things to counterbat. There's a lot of application now to audit, to kind of see the actual thing. You can buy a report online. You can go and Google a lot of AI softwares tackling all this fake news and all these things. You can go and see. And if you go researchgate.com, there's a lot of research in social media as well. So a lot of data, a lot of things. So law and ethics, because law in all the social media, speed of technology is faster than law. Law is just to protect and just remind us. Sometimes it's very hard to sue people online and stuff, but yeah, know about that boundaries, but have all the system together. Then with the brand purpose, you are going to be like, as the word, invincible. You are like a superhero. You have to be like that. So sometimes I always say that, they why are they those bad one, they're giving us pressure, giving us scam and stuff. You can take a break, but we need the good army to come back, right? We need good people to be online so that the numbers of us are higher. So if you give up, then the people, those people are pressuring the stupid ones, or those fake ones are taking over. Trust me, I when I saw, when I came back, I saw the entertainment was so polluted. I almost gave up, but I told myself, right, how can the autotune also can release album? How can like that also can all the fake doctors can give the, how about the legit ones? you know so a lot of times, please, like, we need the good ones to outnumber the bad ones. So sometimes it's not just about you, it's about building a community, an ecosystem. The next one is a community. So having more, having good influence more than the bad one, we are going to take over then, right? So remember, those who pressure us, those who impose fear on us, they are the one who are in fear, right? Those good one will motivate you. Those good one will always come back to fight back. You don't need to fight back. You just be yourself. So sometimes, and take it easy. Sometimes if we okay, just like, if you look at that, right? If you take something too serious, sometimes it's good to be serious, but the thing is, don't take it extremely serious until it jeopardizes your mental health. Sometimes relax a bit. We still have a very long period of time to go, and everyone here is so young. So look at this plan as something where there is still a very long journey to go. So if you see that, you don't feel that pressure. You feel pressure when you think that, wow, I'm lacking of time now. I'm like, but we might get lost, right? So hold back yourself. Once you're strong, you can make wave into all these territories. Rather than feeling pressure, you are being pushed in a good way, not in a negative way. So always have your own ecosystem, know your own thing, because everyone of here have our own account. Everyone of here are a citizen of the online world. Have all your own strategies, and of course have a few things to delegate and stuff. Then it's going to be combating all the pressure. And trust me, go and see it yourself and check it yourself. Don't believe just whatever you see online. And also don't overshare. Please don't overshare, because it's very, very it's the same, when you go to work and stuff, you have to sign NDA, right? Non-disclosure agreement. You can't review everything, right? So a lot of times, you yourself, you must have your own NDA as well. You have to keep something to you yourself, your PNC private life. I see those who share everything online and stuff to create the fake aura and stuff. They are fake. So don't feel pressured, and don't build the pressured community. Build a healthy community online. Okay, so always influence them so that one day they get influenced. All right, so can I have the next slide? Okay, and same, please keep calm, get a second opinion. Go and ask around your friend. I was like, hey, go and discuss lah. We like to gossip and we like to go and chit chat, right? So sometimes, right, talk it out. Honestly, I also feel pressure sometimes, especially during COVID until now. I was like, wait, I was like, wow, like I feel like, honestly, this is the honest opinion. When that time, I remember I was studying music technology, and some of the influencer told me, doctor, this generation got people do music one man. I thought TikTok and everything. I was like, I feel like killing the person. When whatever they saw is just online, but in overseas and everything, there are actually industry behind it. Of course, Malaysia, we have huge industry behind. So sometimes it doesn't represent whatever you see now is around you, but when you step in the industry, when you go international, when you see the actual world, it's beyond whatever social media. Of course, social media link your music, link yourself, link your resume, but you have to show online. You have to showcase offline. You have to showcase your power. You have to be sustainable, and you have to walk the talk. So all these things, when you think, is it real? Is it true? You make your own judgment. And nowadays, you have the choice. Unlike click, detox, come back, separate accounts, different strategy. Be smart. Be smart. So a lot of times, yeah. So a lot of times, yeah, a lot of people say today workplace is, yes, it's more stressful. So please, if now also, take it easy, okay? And it's not end of the world. So a lot of times as well, I always encourage university students as well. Guess what? Try and learn to fail first. You know why? If you can take in the pressure, you're gonna win a lot of things. So sometimes the stress and everything, right? They are here to distract us. But again, that feeling stress, I want to ask her, feeling stress and feeling pressure, will that solve your problem? No, right? It can't feed us, right? It will send us to hospital only and cost us more ringgit and cost us more expenses and cost everyone worried, right? So think. I also go through a lot of things. Every one of us in the same boat. If you have some of the student, you might have this problem, that problem. Find someone who you can share. Find someone who can talk to release the burden. I saw those who don't talk at all. But don't share online lah. So all this pressure, whatever you see, they are pushing you the pressure. So sometimes, please talk to someone. And trust me, until today, whenever I feel pressure and stuff, I go and, yes, I detox for the night. Next day, I have to face, I have 500,000 fans on the page. I cannot say I delete, right? I have my Spotify channel. I have to, so I don't have the luxury of deleting my account. If so, but I think that, so a lot of times it's just to reboosting yourself, and then come back stronger. So not to walk away totally, because it's going to exist, right? This world. It's just how we clean it up, how we enhance it, and then hopefully one day when you see things online, you feel motivated, you feel good. That's what you want that community with. And please, don't feel like you have to maintain the perfect person online. No need. Trust me, no need. So don't overpost it, so you can't, you keep your brand promise, and then be humble. Longevity, that's the key point. Don't do something where it's too pressured. And yeah, I think a lot of times, be thoughtful, mindful, and whatever you share, people is going to look at it as well. Yeah, and have 2 separate accounts so that you're going to protect your boundaries. Yeah. So yep, that's from me. Yeah. Am I taking too much time?
No worries, doctor. So thank you so much to Associate Professor Dr. Suwinchi for your lovely and deep explanation regarding on how to manage pressure, which related to the spread of false information. So surprisingly, I was truly shook with the data that you just showed just now, which is
Yeah.
80% of global citizens have been exposed to fake news, and I think I am one of them. That's totally including me myself. So the fact that you have mentioned the false information, I thought it's only limited to the fake news, but it is actually beyond than that, which is like the fake influencer lifestyle is also part of false information. How they actually can pay for TikToks like as cheap as 10 cents. So I think I can be famous too.
You
So
can.
maybe
But the
I
thing is
can
like,
start my own channel.
yeah. Yeah, I saw some of them, some of them, wow, 20,000, but who the hell is this person, right? A lot of them are scammers, ladies and gentlemen. And please be careful. And please check their CV, their LinkedIn. Don't just look at their Facebook. I say, hey, how come this TikToker, for information TikToker? I saw before a TikToker, 6 million followers. You know what? He looks so different on set, and nobody knows him on set. I was like, wait, did he buy too much? So, but don't buy because we will
Well,
audit.
we don't
Yeah.
want to judge, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, and they are the one who put the pressure on you. So
Yeah.
don't be like them. It's like your friend. You see, oh, I buy this, I buy that. No, no, no. I don't encourage that. I always say that don't compare, don't compare. Even the marks, don't compare. Do the best. Efforts count. Effort count. Same. You can achieve A's by doing stupid stuff. By just on a by the book or whatever. You can, but the thing is, there's more beyond that. You can be A student with good attitude. You can be A student with more than that, helping your students or helping your peers. We want that. It's not just by the numbers. We've been telling clients so many times. And a lot of them, not just you all, ladies and gentlemen, clients are being conned. No joke. Clients are being conned and people are being conned online, not just you. Even intelligent people get conned. So what more of students? So it's not sometimes I always tell the student, it's not your fault feeling pressured because they sell you the fake lifestyle and they are paid. Some of them are being paid by the mafia. Some of them are even paid by the black market to portray that so that you fall into their scam. So you buy. So please be very, very critical, be investigative. Don't just like spoon fed. Malaysian student, we need to be awake. Students, you guys are the future leaders. You have to be smarter, right? So we do education is not just study, right? We do education. Why? We're here to share information. We are here to share the truth, right? We are here together. You guys also, you want to hire someone without looking at our CV, without QCing us. Do the same with the influencer. Do the same with the news. Regardless of whatever news in any platform, there will be error. So please, and sometimes don't judge so fast. Give your time some time. Evidence will always surface. I did law, so I know that evidence will always surface. So be authentic as well. Yeah.
So thank you once again to our beloved Associate Professor Dr. Suichi.
Guess what?
So
We have 700 audience online. This is not fake, right?
no, this is not
It's
fake.
not fake, right? Yeah, this is amazing. I see a lot of them, but it's true. And trust me, a lot of auditing tools online. You can go hyper audit and step control on. A lot of things you can audit online now. Don't just fool by the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, don't fool by the lifestyle, whatever on the media. It might be fake, it might be true. Please go and see it yourself. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. So for information too, Doctor, these 700 students is not only limited to USM students, but
Oh,
also
wow.
including UTHM students, UMS students, UIA, UITM, and UFPSA. So yeah, it is what it is. So now
Nice.
maybe we can, yeah, we have so much now. So now, without further ado, maybe we can take a look at one question due to the
Yes.
time constraint. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can take a look. So the question from Yasmin Hana Mortaza.
Yeah.
So the question is for you, Doctor. Have you ever
Yes.
experienced being in a condition when you are not in good mental health due to this social media like depression and etc.? Please welcome.
Yes. Yasmin, this is a very good question. And I'm honest that, yes, I feel so frustrated. And sometimes, believe it or not, especially it was during COVID, I came back with two PhD already that time, I remember. When I saw the news and I saw client paying influencer and playing all this, I was like, how can they get so many fans suddenly, right? And how can all these people be so famous of, you know, as mentioned that you will get affected. And sometimes I was like, did I came back in the wrong time, or I felt like, am I wanted, all this. And I've been spending so many years of effort doing all these things, so I was depressed for some times, especially during COVID. And I took a break from the entertainment world for a while. Then when I went on set, I saw all the truth. I wasn't depressed at all. So sometimes, as mentioned just now, one of the speakers said, go out nowadays. Don't just stay in your room. Go and see the real world. Go and interact and see. It will make you feel better to see the actual truth. We have feeling depressed and all these things is because honestly, we were too long inside the online world. But of course, select the right channel to watch and everything. And sometimes when I go out as well, hang out with the right people. And yeah, and I guess that, um, I nowadays as well keep a timeline, when I work and stuff. So I push my phone away. But I will come back 1 or 2 hours to log in. Don't overspend your time. But, if you have things and whatever, go and watch movie or everything, or just go and take a nap, because all this information sometimes is too much. Trust me. When I remember, like for me, like my I could, like, 24 hours on social media and everything. I tried before, but it's too much sometimes. So it's not a good thing, and all these fake things as we can see. So yeah, take a break and detox. Yeah, and also same thing. Go and see the offline world. You're gonna see a lot of things. Watch the actual thing. Go and see. Go. Don't just stay in this online sphere. Go into this and experience. But I would encourage you to step out and do activities and all these things, so that you will feel better. And it's not whatever you see so perfect online. And yeah, I guess that, all this talk will help as well. We are not here to beautify, nothing to beautify. I have a lot of statistic to share, and it's not just by the book. It's truth. It's all this is true. And I do campaign. I do consultation. I get a lot of information. It's just that, a lot of things, we can't share it on social media, right? I only can share it, like all these talks. Then you're gonna see why. Then, all these things, that, have your own boundaries, and one day you will have your own ecosystem for your good mental health. Trust me or not, sometimes when I hear people, like especially Malaysian, they are so easily to accept and so easily to believe whatever they see online, right? So yeah, I hope that the younger generation will change. The younger generation will be like, don't let them to jeopardize your mental health, but you can take a break. Okay, so if you detox whatever, just select the channel. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much to Dr. Suinchi. So I think it's not only clear for Yasmin herself, but also for the other up to 740 students who's currently watching us now, Doctor. So,
Wow.
and so, yeah, 740. So everyone just so excited to see you currently. And currently 723. Maybe it's going to be more. And so that was the last question we had for the Q&A session. I have to say that we have learned so much from hearing all these wonderful answers from our panel. Again, I would like to express my greatest gratitude to all of the panelists that were willing to go out of their way to share with us interesting and excellent points regarding this topic. So thank you so much once again, Dr. Suwinchi. It's almost
Thank
11 now. It's time for you to sleep, but you're still considering this event and joining us. So thank you so much once again.
Yeah, I'm grateful to be here as well. I mean, I would like to share more one day. Hopefully, to meet you all on set and stuff. There's more things to share with you all. But yeah, protect yourself. And yeah, I would say that, you guys, don't be fooled by all these things. Don't be pressured, please. And please please keep going. And yeah. And even influencer nowadays, I told them, please study. Don't just not study. You guys will be an influencer one day. Who knows, right? Everyone will be, a star in your territory. So do better than us, man. Okay. So yeah, I guess that, and yeah, college life and everything, keep going. Don't feel stressed and everything, and it's just finishing the whole process. All right. Keep going, and we need good people, we need amazing people, and to combat all these news. I saw some other questions say that, is there any law and act? Trust me, there's a lot of law and act, but I can tell you it's very hard to catch them. It's too fast. So we have to be strong. So it's like disease. If your immunity is very strong, all this is nothing. So sometimes the speed of law is too slow. Of course, it's gonna save us in something, but in online, a lot of things is too vague. So I would rather have you all be stronger as in terms of your mental health, and be strong, be smart, be critical. Then all these things will go beyond and faster. Be the superhero, and you guys will combat all these things. So yeah, that's my strategy. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Dr. Suwinchi. It's truly heartwarming to have you today. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that time envies us. So let us wrap up today's session. So in conclusion, our panelists have provided deep insight into the challenges of mental well-being faced by the digital generation. So as a part of the organizer, we truly hope this panel discussion provides a better understanding of how individuals can treat their mental well-being in this digital age. So before we end our webinar tonight, let us take a commemorative photo together with the panelist, Dr. Suwinchi. So maybe we can turn on a camera. Here's facing one of our committee member. So let's wait for a moment for a picture. Hold on for a few seconds. Okay. So currently we're arranging the committee member. So sorry, doctor, it's a bit late for you, but we try our best to make it as fast as possible. Okay, so in a count of three, let's give our best smile, doctor. So in 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, all great. Thank you so much, Dr. Suchi, for having us today.
Thank you for congrats to the community team. Bye, have a great night. Keep going.
Thank you. So dear participants, we will now display the QR code for my CSD link. With that, I'm Aina Marjabintidin. We'll be signing off for tonight. Assalamualaikum and thank you. See you again.